I'm Rodney Thornley. I'm your vice president. Our president is out of town, as are a lot of people. We're just going to get right into it. Meetings will start on time, because my time's valuable, and so is yours. We have a full agenda. I want to have competition. Keep anybody after school for detention. We'll be introducing the board to everybody, but basically I'm not going to have them come down here waste your time, because they're all going to be presentations out of here, and the ones that aren't, and we'll do something with them. So we're just going to get right into it. My focus this year is going to be on these meetings with basketball. Even though this meeting is full of a bunch of stuff that should have been taken care of somewhere else at another time, I inherited it, so I'm going to go with it. Okay, so on the theme of basketball, let's just get into it. Here's our illustrious state clinician, Mr. Michael B. Lloyd. Oh, he brings his own style. You should do this. You should know the system up there pretty well.
Oh, you know these guys?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I worked there. I worked there. I just retired.
Okay.
How do you know them?
I'm Chris Remerton. I used to be a work commissioner. I know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All three of the partners are retired.
Hey, there we go. Sorry
That's a new
about
group.
the late guys.
Yeah.
Hey, so I'm going to go over the 2022-2023 NFHS rule changes and points of emphasis in here, and I've got to add and hold it at the end. Go ahead and give it a piece of paper for me. All right, so so this year, this is the one rule change that they have this year, and it's the changes to what they can put as far as hair control devices. Allowing hair control devices, adornments such as, but not limited to, barrettes, bobby pins, beads, creates inclusivity of hairstyles while maintaining the risk of injury to the participants, keeping that low. The hair adornments must be securely fastened. That's going to be the key to determining whether or not the adornment is legal. If you have a question about it, you're going to take the player up to the coach and talk about the style of the hair they're wearing as far as the safety of beads and things like that. Right. And then that's the reason, the rationale there. And these are, oh, you know what? I've got a fancy little pointer too.
Here's one right here, boss.
You got one? Oh, awesome. All right, so these are some samples of legal and illegal hairstyles. See how this is right here? Those are not secure. They can fly around and stuff like that. These would be illegal beads in the hair. This is legal. They're all fastened within. They're not moving. They're not going to do, they're not free swinging. These are illegal. They're free swinging. They can move around. This is supposed to be the same hairstyle made legal. They've got it all tied up and it's secured all in one spot. And then here's some more hairstyles. This is illegal, illegal, illegal. Why?
They're not secure. They're not secure.
Right, they're free swinging. Now they can wear their barrettes and bobby pins. In the past, they couldn't wear anything in their hair like that. This is legal now. Same way, those are barrettes right there as well. And these beads are all woven in and secured to the head on the hair. Same way with that one, all secured in. They can't wear the little bun holder that sticks out. That's what this guy is. Again, these are illegal because they're free swinging, as well as these guys. Again, this is legal. All right, any questions about that? This year, the 3 points of emphasis are the pregame meeting, where we're going to address illegal uniforms, equipment, and apparel to the coach. Reducing illegal contact and sportsmanship is the third POE. First meeting, sir? Yes. All right. So in order to first address any kind of uniform or equipment and apparel issues, we need to know rules 3.4 and 3.5. 3.4 is the uniforms, 3.5 is the equipment and apparel. 3.4 addresses the uniform issues. If you ever want to see a picture of what the NFHS says is a legal uniform, that PDF is a great one. We have to remember the torso in high school is a single solid color. It can't have sublimation, can't have stripes, can't have all that crazy stuff. Numbers are 0 or double 0. Remember, they can't have both. 5, 10 through 15, 20, 25. Basically anything you could have done with one hand. And then the identifying name on the back. How many went to state last year? Went and watched the state tournament? Right. So, who saw Rainier Beach's games? They had the word family across the top of their jerseys. By rule, that's illegal. That's not their team name. It's not a player's name. It's not an identifying name. By rule, that was actually illegal.
What did they do?
They let it play because that's what they do at state tournaments apparently these days. They just let them play without penalty. It should have been something that should have been addressed by us earlier on, and nobody had said anything, so they just sadly let them play with it.
Did they actually have it during the season, or did they do it?
No, they had it during late in the season. I think when Coach Bethea came back, I think they had a change to that. So now, if we identified it then, they could certainly go to the WIAA and they would probably grant them a waiver and stuff like that. But you never know. But as officials, that's just stuff that we're supposed to know and address it when you see it.
And if there's questions like that, please send me an email if you see something, because these guys, they're ordering uniforms that are basically illegal from the beginning. So if we see something, we can take care of it before they get to the playoffs, hopefully.
I would say anything along these lines, if you could take a picture and send it to John, I think that's awesome. I usually tell them in these preseason meetings with coaches, as I always try to remind them, if you're going to order jerseys, new uniforms, send it to Cindy Adsit so she can bless it. Right? Save some money. And then 3.5, that addresses the equipment and apparel. You know, the undershirts are supposed to be similar color to the torso of the jersey. Sleeves, headbands, sweatbands can be black, white, beige, or similar color to the jersey. And remember, blue is blue, red is red, green is green. It doesn't have to be bright red jersey and a bright red sweatband. It can be a bright red jersey and a light red sweatband. They don't have to match and shade. Just blue is blue, red is red, black is black, green is green. And then, right, they all must be similar. If somebody's wearing a black sleeve, somebody else can't wear a white headband. Right? It's either got to be black and black or white and white. Any questions about those two pieces there? Awesome. So we have to know those before we go and address a coach and a player that they have a problem. So when you have a problem like this, whether you see it in the warm-ups, as they're getting ready to start or during the game, we're going to address these to the coach. We're going to take the player to the coach and say, this is the problem. And remember, the penalty for illegal uniform, we're not talking the equipment and apparel like sleeves and undershorts or undershirts. We're talking jersey issues, is a single direct technical foul to the head coach, no matter how many jerseys are illegal. Whether it's one jersey because they have an illegal number, or it's all the jerseys because they have sublimation on them. It's still just one single direct tee to the head coach, and they can no longer stand and coach. And we're talking varsity. Yes?
Does he lose the right to, does he or she lose the right to stand up during the game?
What's a direct tee do to a head coach?
Or does he lose the right to the top coaching box?
Exactly.
Oh, Coach Brown.
No, direct tee is always involved with direct or indirect, direct to the coach, indirect to the coach, involved the coach losing the coaching box. Yes?
So would you say for varsity, if this situation happens to JV or a freshman, is it one of those situations where
Let them play.
we let them play or?
Let them play.
So varsity is,
Should we report that to John so he can?
Yes, please. Yes, yes.
Everybody heard that, right? If you do see something in a JV or a C match or a middle school, game, I'm still on matches.
That's right.
If you see those at a middle school game, JV or varsity, right, let John know. I just know a lot of these teams have problems with getting legal jerseys for those lower level stuff, it's hand-me-downs and stuff like that.
So in JV, middle school, we're not gonna keep a coach. We're just gonna-
Correct, that's what I would say. We want the kids to
I
play.
think that's right. I mean, they can barely get coaches, so if they have uniforms, it's
Right, it's absolutely great. We want them to play.
Mike?
We want everybody to play, but at that lower level, it's even more conducive. Yes?
Mike, how serious are we gonna get about things like t-shirts? Because halfway through the season, then you've got one kid in the brown, one in the white, one in the black t-shirts. Because the other officials.
What's the rule on undershirts?
They've all got a match.
Exactly, so keep enforcing it, Peyton. I know I am, I know a lot of people are. Don't fall for this, we've been doing it all year long because I had a team 3 times last year, and every time I told them to change their jersey, and they couldn't tell me that's the first time they heard it, because that's the 3rd time they've heard it from me alone. So they'll keep doing it, they will keep doing it until you address it at the game, then they'll fix it.
Then what did you do on the 3rd time so that we can all be consistent?
I
Send
told,
me an email after the first time so I can address it with the ADs. Back to what we said, let the kids play.
right, but we're gonna have them fix those things, because those are undershirts, those are easy to fix. It's not like a jersey that's really hard to fix. So the 3rd time, I told them the same thing. undershirt's gotta match the jersey.
And if there's three players with undershirts, blue is blue, my blue is different than this player.
All good.
Blue is blue, okay.
Blue is blue. The undershirt color do not have to match for players. One person can wear a dark blue, the other person can wear a light blue. It's blue. At the game jerseys. Right, and I think you could almost say that for anything that goes on unusual in your game. Send an email to John so John knows. And then just like we were saying, the penalty for them not having the correct undershirt on or sleeves or headbands is they can't play until they're fixed. They don't have to fix it, they just can't play with it on. And by rule, they're not supposed to warm up either. All right, reducing illegal contact is POE number 2. They talk about enforce the rules as written, don't apply your own philosophy. Let me give you a philosophy that you should not apply. The player is standing under the basket. He cannot take a charge standing under the basket. That is a wrong philosophy in high school. We don't have an RA. The player standing under the basket and somebody plows them over, that is a player control or team control foul. They are entitled to that spot. That's an example of putting a philosophy as opposed to using the rule as written. And we've probably all heard this before too, a foul or a violation in the first quarter, in the first minute, should be a foul or violation in the last minute, right? We want to have that consistency thing that the coaches always harp about. Any questions about that one? We've heard this, the player's rhythm, speed, balance, quickness, if that's affected or impeded, it's a good chance a foul has occurred. And then the three foul types that the NFHS were concerned about in particular was, hand check still, post play, and then off-ball play. Contact on the ball handler, dribbler, and remember in high school the ball handler, dribbler can include the post player with the ball. Okay. Once a player has the ball, they're a ball handler, dribbler, and you cannot place two. It's a foul if you place two hands on them. If you place the extended arm bar on them. If you keep a stayed hand on the player. Or if you do the hot stove thing. All those are supposed to be fouls on the ball handler dribbler.
Hey, Mike.
Yes?
So for these, RSVQ does not come into play in these. These are automatic. We see these things happen.
We're supposed to call a foul automatically. Right. That's a great
point. No
point.
matter how painful it is, because we don't want it.
Correct.
That's what they want us to do.
That's what they want you to do. And is that true at all levels? Isn't that what they want done?
It's what they want for the women's. I do not understand the men's. I cannot comment on the NCAA men's.
Right.
You and me both, Leslie.
Big heart?
You and me both.
Right. So they just want us to continue to improve in getting those fouls early on so that we pass on a couple in the first quarter and then the second, in the fourth quarter, we have a big play and there's no call, or you finally call it and you're confusing them by not calling it at the beginning and calling it at the end, or vice versa. Calling it at the beginning and then you get something egregious and you don't call it because it's under a minute to play and you don't want to call it hand check. They want us to call the hand check.
And I will say, as painful as it was when we made the transition. It actually makes the game better.
Yeah.
You come out and call it early, it makes your decision making later in the game.
So long.
Mike, can you go over that PCF rule?
It's this,
Beep.
then hand behind the head, and then the direction you're going. I think, with men's college, do they do this, Jeremy?
Men's college?
Yeah.
Men went back to behind the head for the same reason 2 years ago. For both player and team control. Don't get me started.
No, no worries.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Lloyd, give him a big hand. Hey, Bruce, come on down here. Hey, every meeting we're gonna have some two-person stuff that we're gonna present. This is kind of, I just asked Eric, that's why I'm in the gym, so we don't have anything planned. So I'm just gonna ask him one question. And the question is, how do you get through so many games on a weekend? Just answer that question. And while you're starting to think about that, because I just threw it on him, 570, you're a winner. Where are you at? 570.
His name's on the back, Scott.
What's that?
The name is on the back.
You put names on there?
Yeah.
Oh, Kent, you're disqualified. In order to win this, you have to have a picture on Hamburger, so I have to check that first. All right, Eric Briggs.
Just tell us how you get through a weekend when you have to do so many games.
Just live there.
Hey, listen up.
I don't get it on weekend most of the week. I just come here, pull my room, go to bed, and get up the next morning, roll. I rep all over the place. I rep mainly in Vegas. I rep in Utah. Rep in Idaho. Rep here.
I'm sorry.
And it all started back when COVID first hit. I needed to do something else besides lay around. I'm retired, so I needed to do something else. So I ended up making some phone calls. I didn't know people. Said, come on down. Let's see. I went down first weekend. I gave 4 games, 3 games. They saw it was doing good. I gave them more than I said, can you give me all the games? I said, okay, if you can do them. I never take breaks off. I run every time I call. I don't take plays off or nothing. I stretch before I get to the gym. I eat, bring my lunch because I know I'm not going to get no time off. When I get a time off or break, I get mad. I don't want a time off. So I was in Utah this year and repping down there. And I was there visiting my buddy, who's the head coach of the Jazz. By the way, sit till you high.
Oh, quick.
I was down in Utah with my buddy Quinn, the head coach of the Young head coach. He's designing, he did design, he's going to be the coach of the San Antonio Spurs after next season. So he asked what I was doing here, some repping. So he set up a deal where I could rep his team during the scrimmage. I repped his team with a guy by the name of Gary Zielinski, who was an NBA rep for 30 years. Gary couldn't get something like that. So I did that was fine. I went to Vegas. In Vegas, I'm repping 50 games in 4 days, 6 of those. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I'm repping the top-notch ranked players in the country. And I do 14 games in a day, from 7 in the morning until 12 at night. I'd have to go to my room, same thing, starts over again, 7 in the morning. I don't know how I did this, but I do it all the time. I come here, I want to rep every game. I don't want no games off, no time off. I want to rep every game. And the reason being I want to do that is because it's not because of the money for me. I want to learn from different reps, what they do, and I observe them. I observe them quite a bit. I learn from them. I ask questions, what they do, why they make this call, and I keep it in my head. So I rep in all those games. So now it's to the point where they expect me to rep all those games. They want me to do that. They call me all the time, hey, you coming down? I'm supposed to be here October 6th, I can't come. 50 games there, I can't go, because I gotta be here. But I'm just a gym rat basketball guy. I'm a gym rat by heart. I mean, there's nothing I want to do. You know, here's an example. My grandmother just passed Friday. I'm looking at my schedule, and she's skating there. So I called my mom. I said, hey, Mom, I'll come a little later. Because I got to rep. And if people think I'm crazy, but I do rep quite a bit. I rep quite a bit. The fans, if you're repping recreation games, or no, those rules don't apply. They don't apply. Fans are going to yell, scream. They're going to curse you out. They're going to want to beat you up. I had a repping guy down there get beat up. Get punched out. So those fans, you got to really thick skin to rep those in games. You're going to take a lot of a lot of flack, they gonna curse you out. I just smile and keep going. Sometimes I engage with them, probably what I'm gonna do, I engage them and make them feel good, go back to repping, say it like that. That's what I do when I rep, but other than that, I just rep those games, man. I don't take no time off, I don't take no breaks, because I'm constantly learning. I'm learning the rules, I'm learning how to rep. I don't rep just to make the money. The money's great. Money's great. You get $60 a game sometimes. $60 a game for repping those games. And it's pretty cool. But I stretch, I rep, I run, I just do it all. I don't need time off. I don't need no time off. I'm a single dude, I'm retired, little kids. I don't need no time off. I need to make money and retire. So I'm ready.
No kids, what? All right, let's give Eric a hand. I had a couple questions up here on my screen. I have a couple questions. Hey, some good topics that came up. Uh-oh. Technology issue here. No, it's not working. Somebody help me. PowerPoint. Get up here quickly.
What's the same? Start it over.
Do what?
Sorry, it's escape. Yeah, press escape on that.
Start.
Go.
While you're doing that, let's talk about posters and business cards.
Hey, hustle up. Good job. Thank you. Monitor and adjust, you call that education.
I've got a limited amount of these posters, so if you're going to a school, grab one, I don't have a whole bunch, and give it to an AD or someone at the school to post, or another location, Boys and Girls Clubs, Community Center, put it on the window of your car, drive around town, put it on a poster, stand on a street corner, okay, rather than begging for change, beg for officials. We need them. I've also got about 3,000 business cards, okay? Please come over and grab a couple. They've got a little thing on it. Younger people can scan it, go right to our website and sign up for training. It's on the list, okay? Come pick up some of those. We need people. You also get an incentive if you recruit people. Everybody know about the incentive? Yeah? Not many people collected last year on that. That's recurring revenue. Sign somebody up, they do games, you get paid for every game they do for 2 years. Pocket money, pay for your coffee when you go to a game or after a game. We have an apprentice class going on right now. We need more people. Look at the room. This is maybe 1/4 of our association. Where's everybody else? A lot of new faces. Great to see people again after 2.5 years. Thank you.
Tell us who you are, by the way, Dave.
Oh, David Emmons, started in 2008, so it'll be my 15th year coming up. Love the PNBOA. I'm on the board. A lot of board members here today. I'm the Ethics and Grievance Chair. Yeah, everybody want to hear about that?
Awesome.
Nothing going on, really. Keep it that way. I'll put another plug in just because I'm talking. Confirm with your partner that you have a game coming up or games, okay? That happens all the time. Oh, didn't contact my partner. Well, guess what? There's a rule or a bylaw that says if you don't contact your partner, you can get fined. We don't want to do that. We're hurting for people right now. You also get fined if you are no-show at a game. It's two
Show some
times.
respect over there.
It's two times the game fee if you don't show up a game, right? And if your partner had not confirmed with you about the game, they're going to ref the game by themselves and not get paid for reffing the game by themselves. Okay? It's just part of our process of preparing for, getting to a game, informing John or Salima of something that happened and it being the total package. Okay?
Thank you very much. Hey, so a couple of questions came up with. How do you have fun at a rec game? Hustle, call fouls, manage the game. How do you make the time pass in your 4+ game set? Hey, good job. But what can you help? How? What can help manage players and fans? You get the zero? Speaking of this card, I just happen to have this card up here. This is the one they were talking about, the NBA card. That wouldn't work in high school. But it's basically, you know, be a proper fan or get the heck out of Dodge. This is posted on the PNBOA website. But I say this? Bizarre, are you here? Who did that? All right, one thing. Whoops. And in this PowerPoint presentation, I don't think it's going to work. So we'll cover that next time. Hey, this is going to work. And we want to talk about the jump stop today. The step back jump stop. There's my man Woody. Modern Woody. Give him a big hand.
Write in and start talking jump stop travels. Roll those clips. In our first clip, we see a player drive to the basket, take a big jump in the air, and return to the floor before shooting the ball.
Is that legal?
But no whistle is blown. Isn't this a traveling violation? Let's move in a little closer to find out what actually happened. When evaluating traveling plays that involve a dribbling or moving player, we must first identify two very important factors. One, when did the player catch the ball, essentially stopping from moving? And two, how many feet are touching the court? In this play, the dribbler picks up and catches the ball here. Now that we know this is the spot the player has stopped, we can move on to identifying which foot is the pivot foot. We see, after catching the ball, he is standing with one foot touching the playing court, and the rules state that he is allowed to jump off that foot and return to the floor, but it must be with both feet landing simultaneously, which he successfully executes here.
Most people can't
Let's
jump
review.
off 2 feet after that.
Moving dribbling player, catches ball, one foot on the floor, jumps and lands simultaneously. This play was correctly ruled as a legal play by the officials. Watch it again.
How's it?
Sorry.
So just a quick question. How many people in here, when you first saw the video, had him holding the ball with both feet in the air? Raise your hand. Yeah. 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 Because that's important too. You know, real speed versus stop speed are two different things. But either way, it was legal because he just landed on both feet simultaneously and jumped up.
In this clip, we see a similar play, with a dribbler once again jumping in the air and landing simultaneously to shoot the ball. Legal, right? Not exactly. Reviewing what we already know, when we watch this play again, we see a dribbling player catch the ball with one foot on the floor, jumping in the air, and landing on both feet simultaneously. So far, so good. Everything is legal and performed perfectly by the ball handler. However, the rules state that once both feet land simultaneously, neither foot can be a pivot. So once this player takes a step, he establishes a pivot foot, and therefore a traveling violation has occurred.
So back to what Mike said, the only time you can have a jump stop where you can pivot again is you have to catch the ball in the air, both feet off the ground, right?
Correct.
That's the only time. So anybody dribbling, that's not going to happen, is it? Because you're dribbling and picking up the ball, you're not in the air, you already have the ball. You're not catching it in the air. So we missed that. Whoops.
Moving dribbling player
We missed that call.
catches ball.
Hey. Now go back to the jump back here.
Shows a moving player once again attempt to jump stop, but stopped by a whistle.
Watch this. I can show you how to get the sweetest.
Based on what we just learned, this must be a traveling violation because he pivoted after landing, right? However, when we move in closer and analyze what happened, we see the player, after taking his dribble, catches the ball while airborne. This is very important in determining how this player may land and what he is able to do afterward. Since neither foot is touching the floor when he caught the ball, when the player lands with both feet simultaneously, either foot may now become a pivot foot. The ability to pivot is a very distinct difference from the first two plays and can make it a little more difficult to know when a player can or cannot pivot after a simultaneous landing.
Okay, so we all understand that difference.
No feet touching the floor, feet lands, catches the ball is so important. Reviewing the factors of this one again, moving player, catches ball, no feet touching the floor, feet land simultaneous, pivot. Legal. Watch it again.
I'm wondering here, is the guy traveling is catching the ball, sounds like Von Garen to me. So, anyway.
Move to evade his defender. But wait, why are we watching a clip on the step back? Moving on to our next clip, we see a player make a step back move to evade his defender. But wait, why are we watching a clip on the step back move? I thought this was a segment on the jump stop. Well, that is exactly what a step back is. A jump stop that moves backward. Let's zoom in and break it down. As the player takes a dribble and starts to move away from his defender, he catches the ball here with one foot on the floor, and then proceeds to jump backward off that foot, landing on both feet simultaneously. Sound familiar? It should, because even though the player moved away from the basket, it is the exact same procedure as the jump stop move we discussed earlier. And because that rule does not make any distinction for the direction of the jump, was ruled correctly as a legal play by the officials. So to reiterate, moving player, caught ball with one foot on the floor, jumps off that foot and lands simultaneously on both. Legal play. Here it is, one more time. In our last clip, we watch another step back play. However, this time the officials call a traveling violation. But why? It looks like the last clip where we explained it was a legal backward jump stop move. When we examine this play closer, we'll see it's not the same. And though the difference may be slight, it is indeed different. It starts with the usual moving player catching the ball with one foot on the floor. But when he jumps off that foot, he clearly lands on one foot, followed by the other foot. And because of that, the step back move is not legal. Remember, even though a moving, dribbling player is allowed to jump off one foot, if they land, it must be with both feet landing simultaneously, and not as he did here, with a 1-2 landing. The final review, dribbling player, catches ball, one foot on the floor, and jumps off that foot, but then lands with a 1-2 fashion. This play was properly ruled a traveling violation. Look at that one more time. There it is, our complete analysis of...
I think, so,
That water, yes, what you're talking about. Here. High school, college.
It's a hard.
Make sure it says record.
All right, thank you very much. You guys are awesome. I have some good topics that we're going to have later on in the year. RSBQ, I already say that, start, middle, finish, rep the defense, all those things that some of you may not understand or know about, like me. I've been doing this a couple of days. All right, back to the PowerPoint. It's time for some awards here. Sorry I couldn't write out my little board there. I was going to show you how to cover two-man strong side. We'll get that next time. What's that?
Two-person.
Yes, two-person. What I'm sorry. Thank you.
I got you.
Someone's going to have me.
Get him, get him.
All right, so just want to go over the ambassador awards from last year. I'm not going to read it to you. You guys can read them. If anybody, I'm going to deliver them Jeff Wilson because I know him. If any of you people know these people, they're your friends, and you're going to see them, you're going to go to the gym sometime, you can take it, and you can make a nice presentation to them. So just let me know at the end, I'll give you their little award up here, and you can bring it to them. Normally, this is done at a banquet, but we didn't have a banquet this spring. And normally, there's a person on the board that takes care of this. They didn't take care of it last year, so got the new person on the board, which is okay. I did have a Kahoot, but we don't have time to do the Kahoot today. So who wants to name those three places for me? Starting at the top of those arenas. Nobody can do that?
I got it.
The top one is? Next one?
Sundown.
Last one? Too bad you didn't raise your hand. I can't give you a prize. That's okay. All right, all these guys are up there on the left. On the left is boys regional. On the right is girls regional. If you're here, come down here, please, right now. Come. Hustle up, wife and kids. As I do now, I have a pair of socks to give away to E.C. Newland. You still in the house?
Yeah. Socks. Where's your socks?
Your raffle winner.
Hey, I don't want to take a lot of time to pass these things out. On the right side, the girls, you get a certificate. You don't need to see them. You get to see them. And on the right side, the boys. You guys can get those. Hey, stay here. Don't go away. Let's give one more big round of applause to these are our regional guys. Hey, these are our state people here. This is our state. And what they work, everybody that went to state, those domes, worked the semi-game. And congratulations to the 4 people that you see up there, because you can read Bob, Leaf, Manuel, and Jonathan. You guys all worked the final as well. So let's give all our state finals a big round of applause. Final guys.
Where were the women at those big tournaments? Yeah, curiosity.
Huh?
The women.
I don't sign those things. That's pretty core, huh? Hey, if you didn't work the finals, you got a little shirt here, it has your name on it. It says you worked NCAA championship, put it in a box frame, hang on your wall. These were the finals here. You guys can get this stuff later on. You need to do it right now, but they'll be right up here. Hey, congratulations, give them a big hand. Okay, Lisa, are you here? Lisa Nelson?
Yeah.
Lisa's going to make our presentation. She was last year, specifically the last time we did this. I think it was 19. So, and by the way, if you guys didn't get your 19, 20 people, if you didn't get your stuff, our current president has it. He's not here, so you can get it.
Okay, perfect. This is not my award. This award is going to this year's Rookie of the Year, who I'm not sure if he is here, but the winner of our Rookie of the Year this year goes to Nick Gallagher. Is Nick here?
He's not here.
Oh, bummer. Okay. Well, congratulate Nick if you see him, if you work with him.
And you can see if your name's up on that list, I put all the winners up there because everybody's a winner. Just because you won it 1 year, nobody knows you anymore. Now you do. The Fireman Award. Robert, are you here? Robert's not here. John, you're the fireman? Eric's here. You get a fireman? Well, both you guys come up here real quick. This is pass out the work. Secretary CC wrote up here that if you, this is all the records we have, if you're a previous winner, just let me know. So I want to give you credit.
Fireman Award for?
What?
What's it for?
Oh, this is for Fireman of the Year.
What is it? She's asking for the definition.
What is a rec person? It's called the fireman. Leslie Fitzpatrick started this award a long time ago.
So, hey, so the Fireman of the Year award, for those who don't know, is that individual that would go work a game at any time, any place, anywhere, to include, you put the food out for dinner with your family. Leslie would call you and you would drop what you were doing to go to a game to help her out at the last minute. So that's why it came to be the Fireperson of the Year award. That's it.
Could it be called firefighter, so maybe a woman could win it?
No, Fireperson.
Fireperson.
All right, two mistakes. Hey, let's go to Gary Doherty. He's not here because he's probably out working.
See, I changed that. I got an email from somebody. That was changed to person
Yes.
2 years ago.
Nice. I'll fix this, Eric, because I made a mistake on that. Oops, I gave it away.
The fire person of the year on the, we do both for women and for men. This is for Eric Briggs. And Eric does more games than anybody in the association for a long time, so we really appreciate it.
Benton has it. Yeah, that's what they said. If you were previously.
I'll never get that award.
Dave.
An iron person on the boys' side is James Echoes. I'm positive he's working. We'll get to work with. We appreciate all the hard work from a lot of people. It's tough to say who on this because we've had history of, over the years of a lot of different people done this. And it's all the stuff is on the website.
Okay. Gives me a great honor to present this award to someone who stepped up to serve on the board when there were some terms that needed completing. And they actually did this with me. I was happy that we stepped up and did it together. And then we both decided after finishing up this one-year term that there was some more work that we wanted to do. And so we decided to run. So we served another 3 years together on the board. This person was instrumental in what you now see is the new PNBOA website refresh that we did. They ran the apprentice program. When the apprentice program started, it was already really awesome, but they digitized it. So they put all of the training materials up on the website, the pictures on the website, all the classes and the courses on the website, the quizzes and whatnot. And then when COVID came, they're very creative in how they can continue to train the officials and try to keep them engaged, because as we see, we need officials. And then when we needed more officials to get out of the court, they found ways to streamline the program. So, and most importantly, I'm so appreciative of their support during my presidency and being able to call them in the hours and do brain dumps and pick me up when things were a challenge. So, Board Member of the Year for 2021-22, Stacy Broderick.
I was happy to do it, and I'm happy I'm not doing it anymore.
I carved all these last weekend, by the way.
Nice.
Chopped down the wood in the back.
Oh, nice.
Chisel, just did some whittling. All right, I am here to present the Person of the Year award. It is my distinct pleasure to present this award to somebody who honestly helped me a ton when I was an up-and-coming official. They have helped a lot of people, served multiple terms on the board, served as a clinician at camps at both the high school and college level, has directed a lot of those camps, just has been instrumental in training a huge swath of officials as they come up in the high school ranks, and has just been a wonderful member of the PNBOA for a very long time, and it is my pleasure to present this award to Leslie Smith.
This list contains, because we haven't recognized people for the last couple of years, so this will be for 5, 6, or 7 years of service. Todd Duncan, Kenneth Jackson, Scott Kim. Stand up if I call your name. Hey everybody, or come on down. Sorry I couldn't be there. Attention, shut up. Jillian Quinn, Brandon Turner, Brad Ditter, Jack Funes, Jonathan Malo, Shaylin Sharp, Nicholas White, Dale Wilson, Brandon Crane, James Eccles, Ed Rosen, Sean Sanders, Stephen Seeley.
Kenny Jackson.
Then for the folks that have put in 10, 11, or 12, we got Mark Beatty, Brett McIntyre, Daniel Smears, David Gunning, Dwayne Warner, Randy Wowang, Clark McAllister, Paul Riles, Evan Visick, and Harold Webb. Any of those folks here today? I didn't see them coming in, but thanks for those people, 10, 11, and 12. These folks are 15, 16, or 17. Tim Gately, Reese King, Tony Longmay, Rick Mullen, Dan Perry, Michael Dunn, and Sean Matson. Any of those folks here today? All right, right, so we get into the upper echelon here. 20, 21, or 22, Noel Bort, Stacy Brodzik, Neve Fenton, Phil Hunt, Christopher Lindsay, Matt Mason, Tamara Smilinich, Dave Augustavo, Jason Kreider, Gary Doherty, and Anthony Ford. And then the top tier, we've got 25 and 26 years, looks like. Leslie Smith, the sole one at 26.
Dave crashed my 27th birthday.
25 is Casey Davidson, AJ Herbert,
Legend.
Daryl Holman, Rod Marr, E.C. Newland, and Andy Reichwick. All right, thanks everybody for the service.
Thank you. Hey, because of Mike Lloyd, we're way behind, so we're probably going to go a couple minutes over 10:30.
Thank you for being here. It's really great to see everybody back together in person. Welcome back as we get ready for a new season. You've probably seen a lot of emails that have come out in the last few weeks about just how much work we all have to do to get ready for the season to start. That could be getting in shape, getting back on the court, running and seeing plays. That includes getting your rule book, learning about your new points of emphasis and the like. And watching your plays and just getting used to seeing basketball plays again. As a board, the big thing that we're focused on as we go into the new season is what we're always focused on, which is getting more people to come in and join the association. Class is happening right now, right at the same time as the PNBOA Academy. And we're continuing to work on trying to find more people to come in and join our ranks. As you all pretty well know, in the last couple of years, we've seen actually less than half of the folks who were officiating the PNBOA when I started on the board about 3 years ago. Less than half of those folks are currently still working with the association. We're growing again, but we're growing from a place of not having nearly enough officials as we need to cover all the games that we would need to cover throughout the year, both in school and in rec. You're all well aware of that challenge, and so the big thing that we continue to ask of you is you are our best advocates, you're our best recruiters, you're the people who know people who might be interested or who might be able to get interested in becoming officials. You're the ones who can tell a story about the opportunity to work with kids, the opportunity to continue to stay close to the game of basketball, the increase in game fees this year by $15, and some of the other benefits and things that you get to enjoy by being basketball officials. So please, please, please keep getting the message out that we need more people in the association refereeing basketball, and that the opportunities are there for folks to do that. A couple logistical things I just want to put in front of you here in the first meeting. Obviously, we're going to continue to have more of those in the coming weeks, but the big things for now are the Member Services Agreement, the MSA, that should be coming out shortly, hopefully by the end of the weekend. You'll have heard more about that from Jillian during this meeting. Please get that done. Remember, it's due by the end of October. That's a requirement. Pretty easy to get it filled out this year. It'll be a Google form. You just fill in a few blanks and then resubmit it or submit it back to the association. So please just get that done as soon as you see the link. Just do it right away and get it over with. One big thing that we have gotten some questions about that you will not see in the MSA this year. We said to folks who asked us, and I think in a couple other places, that we will continue to review the COVID-19 vaccine requirement as the state's policy is adjusted. As of the end of this month, the folks in the education community no longer are required to be vaccinated. That is, the expectation is also that the WIA will follow suit. That's not what it says on their site today because it's not the end of the month yet, but eventually we expect that to stay on their site. So last month, or at the end of last month, the board voted to remove that from the 2022-23 MSA. So that will no longer be a requirement for rec or for school ball in the PNBOA unless for some reason that changed at the state level. So we can keep posted if that happens, but for now it will not be a requirement. That said, there's obviously plenty of people who maybe compromise or just want to take an extra precaution with their health and their safety. You can continue to choose to wear a mask if you want. And that's absolutely a choice that you can make, and we will support you in that decision. Our expectation, so that I'm clear, is that there should be no discrimination, no mistreatment, no anything toward officials who choose to make that decision. That's a personal decision in both directions, whether you choose to do that or not. And a reminder that we're a family here. We need to stand with each other and support each other in these decisions. And we need to have empathy because we've all made
We need to just make sure that the support level is there amongst all of us as officials. You know, a couple other things I just want to mention here, because I talked about the number